So it's been almost, it's been about 2.5 years since my last fight. After my last fight in CFFC, my son was diagnosed with autism, and he was doing, a lot of therapy, PT, OT, speech, and, I really just didn't have the time to train for a fight, and it wasn't like I was making UFC money where, my time away would make up for it. So, he's in school now, he's in regular classes, he's doing great, so, now's a good time to get back in there. I know you want to get into this. I definitely think, a win over Phil. He's 6-0. I'm moving up a weight class. I believe Julio Arce, my teammate, is the only Ring of Combat alumni to hold 2 titles in 2 different weight classes. So I'm trying to match him with that, be the champ. After I won the 125-pound belt, I went on to the UFC. So fingers crossed. Hopefully the same thing will happen. I won my last 2 fights and looking to go in there and put on a good show and get back to the big show. We got a bunch of guys in the UFC: Julio, Jimmy, Shane, Mike Trizano, Lyman. So my management's always in contact with Sean Shelby and stuff. So last I spoke to him, he had told me, when they let me go, 2 fights and I could be back in there. So I had 2 fights. I've had 2 years off, so I think maybe 1 or 2 more and I can be back in there. I definitely think with a big win over Phil, I can see myself, fighting in the UFC by the end of the year, maybe beginning of next year. Honestly, I don't think, Phil's that dangerous anywhere. He's pretty good at everything, but, he's not, a tactician on the feet or amazing wrestling or amazing submission. I think he's just scrappy and he's tough. I think, 6-0, but, who has he fought? I fought top 10 guys in the world. My 2 losses at flyweight in the UFC, those guys got title shots at Demetrius Johnson, so he hasn't fought the kind of competition that I fought. I think I'm going to go in there and surprise him. I think he's thinking I'm a 125er moving up and he's going to have an easy fight, but it's going to be a rough night for Phil on the 21st. Don't blink. First round, knockout, submission. I don't think that Phil's seeing the bell of the end of the first round. I'm finishing in the first.